Today, we're diving into one of the darkest sides of rap culture. The times when rappers went too far in interviews and ended up paying the ultimate price. Stick around to see what happened next. And if you're into stories like this, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. 1. YBC Duel. In Philadelphia, a rapper's words went too far, and within hours, his enemies retaliated in broad daylight. Our first story is about YBC Duel, known for his relentless disses and taunting style. Duel's reputation as Mr. Disrespectful wasn't just a title. He earned it by pushing boundaries with his words. In one particularly infamous interview, Duel went all out, calling out every enemy he could think of by name, boasting about how he and his crew were keeping their rivals off the streets.
BCK, LMG, 56th Street, Belmont, y'all never got back. No, 44 CB taming y'all. Look, 38th Street, 39th Street, I ain't even going live. The Dub too, and who else? I ain't gonna lie, it's many more. Collar Hill, Parkside, Blue for Bud. Is the real disrespectful. I'm going who you is. I will disrespect you.
Just a day after that interview aired, a car pulled up at a stoplight in Philadelphia where Duel was waiting. Shots were fired and Duel was struck multiple times in the hand and chest. This brutal end set a tragic tone, showing just how dangerous it can be to taunt enemies publicly. From getting killed after calling out your enemies on camera to releasing an entire album hinting you killed your ex. These stories only get darker. 2. Tan the God. Tan the God's story is almost stranger than fiction. In 2023, she made headlines with a project called Ex Woodpack, which seemed to hint that she had killed her ex-boyfriend. In interviews, she went as far as to claim she was smoking on him, and even brought a tombstone of her ex to a podcast to taunt his family.
Family, and you know where people live. And I think about it, I'm like, you know where my loved ones live? You gotta go. you got to go. Especially if you got the audacity to threaten them. What? You threatening my people? Everybody gonna die. Oh, is we?
She dismissed the rumors about her case as if they were jokes. But just a few months later, Tan was fatally shot while meeting fans at a beauty supply shop in Oakland. For Tan, the taunts turned from shocking showmanship to tragic reality, proving that there are limits to how far you can push your rivals. If you thought these stories were intense, our final rapper took things to a whole new level, taunting his enemies right up until the day of his shocking public death. 3. G-Money. The next story takes us back to 2017, where a single interview sparked one of the most infamous feuds in recent rap history. G-Money did an interview in which he called out NBA YoungBoy, taunting him about personal issues involving YoungBoy's family.
He mad about his sister too, though.
About his sister?
Yeah, I had some time ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he mad about that. He wasn't really tripping on it back then, though. You know what I'm saying? He be calling me big brother.
This public call-out took the rivalry between them to a whole new level. Not long after, G-Money was shot outside a studio. The brutal end to his life showed just how deadly a few words could be when spoken on the wrong topic. If you think YoungBoy did G-Money dirty, smash that subscribe button like G-Money did to the industry. But trust me, we're just getting started. If G-Money's feud had deadly consequences, wait until you hear about OG Manman who disrespected his rivals right at their gravesite. 4. OG Manman. OG Manman, a name feared in DMV, took his feud with Big Flock to the next level by filming a diss track right at his enemy's gravesite. This wasn't your typical diss track. It was filled with direct taunts, even taking shots at the deceased. Manman's boldness in dissing his enemies right at a gravesite sparked anger throughout his rival's circle. Shortly after, Manman was lured to a supposed gathering in Southeast DC. But when he arrived, he was ambushed and shot multiple times. His story is a reminder that sometimes taking things too far can end in tragedy. 5. Lil JoJo. Lil JoJo was a young and fearless rapper from Chicago, making a name for himself by directly challenging some of the city's most respected rap figures. including Lil Reese and Chief Keef. JoJo's track BDK was an open diss to the Black Disciples gang, and he didn't stop there. In an interview, he promised more dices, and just before his death, he tweeted his location to his rivals. Tragically, JoJo was gunned down soon after while riding his bike. His passing marked one of the most infamous feuds in the Chicago drill scene, and showed how fast things can escalate when beef goes public. I think JoJo was just trying to make a name for himself and didn't deserve what happened. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Now, if you thought JoJo's story was intense, this next rapper's tale might shock you even more. A single photo might have sealed his fate. 6. FBG Cash. Chicago rapper FBG Cash knew exactly how to stir up controversy. In late 2020, he took a picture in front of King Von's mural, taunting Von's supporters. Later, he went on No Jumper to talk about the incident, turning a simple photo into a citywide controversy.
What kind of conversation were you having before he told you to go take this photo?
You know, go over there and do that and see what happened to you. I'm outside right now.
You hit him up?
Yeah.
And he was just like, hey, what's up? Why? Chicago's so weird because the ops always be talking to each other and like going on live and tweeting at each other.
Just a few months later, FBG Cash was killed in a drive-by shooting on Chicago's South Side. His story is a harsh reminder that even a photo can fuel deadly tensions in the world of hip-hop. And the tension only rises from here. Up next is Shooter Shells, who took things to a whole new level by dropping a track aimed directly at the entire No Limit 150 crew. 7. Shooter Shells. Shooter Shell's name was infamous in Chicago for his track Death of 150, where he called out the entire No Limit 150 crew. The song became an underground hit, and Shells doubled down on his taunts in interviews, explaining how deep the beef went with his rivals.
So like we've been in tour with them guys for a minute, you know, Lil Herb or whatever them, like all them little 150 guys. You feel me? It ain't specifically Lil Herb, it's just all of them. You feel me? I ain't singling out just him. You feel me? All of them. We in tour with all of them. You feel me? Like when he first started rapping or whatever, you feel me? Had mentioned my name in the track. This one I wasn't even really rapping like that. You know, it's rap beef. Once I mention my name, we go at it. You feel me? Because you know we really in tour. It ain't like this just some odd never heard of. This, you know, we in tour.
However, the fame and the taunt soon came to a tragic end. Shells was ambushed by 3 men and shot multiple times. His story illustrates the severe risks when feuds are fueled by personal public disses. Want to end the beef between street rappers and interviews? Hit that subscribe button like Shooter Shells did his rivals. But these stories don't compare to our last one. Coming up is a tale that shocked the world, where the line between real life and horror was blurred like never before. 8. BTB Savage. BTB Savage went viral for an entirely different reason. In a DJ Vlad interview, he recounted how he killed someone in self-defense and even posted photos of himself standing in the blood-stained apartment.
Concerned that his people are gonna try to come back.
Yeah, they for sure might do what they do. But I'm gonna get active, that's all it is. And it is what it is.
This public trolling went viral, but just 2 hours after posting these photos, BTB Savage was ambushed by 2 gunmen and fatally shot. His story is a shocking reminder of the price of taunting rivals, even if it's just self-defense. But this next rapper wasn't just a solo act. He continued a feud in honor of his friend and ended up dead in a parking lot. 9. Boulevard Quick. One feud wasn't enough for NBA YoungBoy's crew. After G-Money's tragic death, his closest friend stepped in to continue the fight. But that choice would have deadly consequences. After G-Money's death, Boulevard Quick, a rapper who shared G-Money's loyalty and anger, decided to take up the feud against NBA YoungBoy and his crew. Determined to defend his friend's legacy, Quick went public with a series of interviews where he voiced his rage, calling out the YoungBoy's circle directly and promising that the fight wasn't over. Quick's words only fueled the fire, intensifying the already dangerous rivalry. But just a few months later, the tension caught up with him. Boulevard Quick was shot and killed in a parking lot, ending his life in the same tragic way as his friend. I think Boulevard Quick was loyal to a fault. He stood up for his friend, but it cost him everything. Do you agree, or do you think he took it too far? Let me know in the comments. Hold up! The final rapper on this list is one of the most controversial figures in the rap game, known for a story so shocking it still has fans talking. 10. FBG Duck. Our last story is one of the most intense and tragic in recent hip-hop history. Chicago rapper FBG Duck was known for calling out his rivals in interviews and songs, fueling long-standing tensions in the city's gang scene. He didn't hold back, often using social media to taunt enemies, and released diss tracks that took direct aim at them. In one interview, he even warned his rivals that he'd never back down. But on a quiet afternoon in Chicago's Gold Coast, everything came to a devastating end. As he shopped, a group of gunmen suddenly opened fire in a shocking attack caught on nearby surveillance cameras. Duck was tragically killed in the ambush, leaving the city shaken. His story reminds us of how words and actions can lead to very real violent consequences. This intense ending underscores just how deadly rap beefs can become when taken too far. And that's just the start. 10 stories that reveal the real dangers of rappers who can't keep their mouths shut. If this video shook you, make sure to subscribe for even more intense rap stories. And if you're ready for more shocking truths, don't miss my video on 20 crazy things you didn't know about rappers. You won't believe what's next. See you there.